Let's talk about contact intelligence. This is a huge game changing factor for HGM sites because now, on top of all the amazing data we have about companies, we also have details about the people that work at those companies. And now we have over 200 million contacts inside of our contact database that will help you to find exactly the users of the software or the hardware, the people that are making the purchasing decisions, be able to expand upon this. And what's really exciting about this is that those that are using our data feeds, also known as our fabric, this is something that you can now use to enrich your data in bulk starting today. Now, as you can see down here on the left side, this is something that you can manually use with our Sales Copilot. And to point out information that's come from previous HG Insiders, this is something that's available inside of our platform, but also as a Chrome extension. And we'll show you the Chrome extension version here in a little bit. But also, this is some detail about all of the various types of records we have inside of our contact database. As we can point out, 200 million plus total records, with 170 million of those being unique contacts across 10 million plus companies. This is huge. And what's also exciting about this is that, as you can see, there are many different ways that you can use this for ICP targeting. You can use this for market sizing. This is also where you can see all the various fields that are used to be able to tie your contacts back to the firmographics. There is a lot of great information here. Tracy, I feel like I'm not even giving it a slight bit of justice, though. Tell us, why is this exciting to you? Why has your team decided to make such a major investment into developing this contact intelligence?
Yeah, appreciate it, Sam. So context has always been sort of that last mile that AC hasn't gone to in the past. So we've been that company that can really help you with, as you can see here, define the ICP, understand what companies matter, building territories, scoring accounts. But that last mile of who do I contact, what's the email, what's the phone, was never part of our offering. So we've done a lot to bring that into the fold using a waterfall approach across multiple vendors. And as Sam noted, this has already transpired in our Sales Copilot that allows for one-off enrichment of a single contact at a time to a single account. And we're happy now to put forward really that data feed access that will allow you to say, for 1,000 accounts, 2,000, 10,000, help me understand the contacts that matter in terms of personas we target, regions, and be able to deliver that at scale. That'll initially take place via our fabric deliveries that happen into places like S3 or really kind of the bulk data delivery side. And as we go forward, we'll do more to bring that into more direct delivery patterns or more kind of self-serve, more iterations of the features there. There's a lot we're going to be doing beyond where we are today, both from a coverage standpoint. So as Sam noted, we're initially launching with about 200 million contacts. We did a lot of analysis to get to the starting point, coming down from over 500 million contacts in that smaller set, looking at quality and kind of fill rates and accessibility of contact records. So expect that as we go forward, that volume will grow, as well as the features I'll show here will evolve and change and get improved as well. In this first release, I will note that this is a sort of assisted process with our solutions team, helping to configure these data feeds at scale, to ensure we're getting the right data to the customers, and really trying to solve some of the upfront challenges we might address or kind of get the feedback as we go through it. So I'll go here into our opportunity generator. This is our list building system. For internal teams, again, there are a few new filters available for contacts. These are going to likely fall to the ones that you're thinking of kind of as the standard for contacts in terms of things like seniority of job, so really their level in the organization. We have it set that we can do inclusion or exclusion depending on how you're trying to view a list. So if you're after only the VPs of, say, look down here, VPs of construction, or you're trying to get rid of certain job functions, that is possible. So seniority, job function, location, which for now is drilled down to country level. We'll look to expand some in the future. I'll go into that in a little bit here. But looking at contacts per country, and then looking at the understanding of how long has somebody been in their current role, Are they a new hire that's looking to make changes? Are they established contact that's been there forever that might be looking at more of stability of technology stack, things of that nature? Once these are configured, and we can also do this in terms of looking at this in combination with our other filters, our other technology assets. So find me directors that are using, or at companies using, say, Salesforce CRM. We can drill that down to understand what volume of companies is that aligned to, and then get the contacts from there. So you're taking advantage of not just the addition of contacts, but all of these standard filters that HG has across our installation data, intent, spend, firmographics to build out that full picture. So a natural starting point would be working with HG to define the ICP, get down to target accounts, and then append contacts at the end for the activation layer. Some of the things we're going to be looking at going forward, just to kind of give you a view of how we're viewing contacts. This first phase is really about building out a set of contacts based on that HG company criteria. We want to also evolve this into areas such as looking at the contacts you have in place today to do enrichment, to do update, help you identify what contacts are no longer valid, as well as getting into more push alerts of when roles have changed. So if a contact has changed jobs, notifying you of that change, which can be a definite trigger for sales outreach or at times risk to an existing account. An area that we're very excited about is going to be more on, again, this location data, where today we're showcasing in what country is a contact found. We will be drilling this down to more of that city state level. So if you want to get hyper targeted around geography, that's definitely doable. Where we're really excited about that, though, is not just the understanding of the contact's location, but also getting into our installation data to understand the company is using Salesforce CRM in Tallahassee, Florida, and we're seeing it using our FAI data, functional intelligence, being used by naturally the sales team, and we're seeing director level and above people integrating this tool. Let's now go and get you contacts that are also in Tallahassee, Florida, in the sales team, in that DP role, to get you as close as possible to understanding the existing technology landscape at a geographic level, at a department level, who are the relevant contacts to go after. So instead of trying to provide you with 100 directors of marketing at a company, we want to provide you with the 2 or 3 that are most relevant to your activation or competitive displacement campaigns. So a lot to come here. Again, the initial release is really focused on the bulk delivery of contacts aligned to your SAM, SOM type accounts or ICP. And we'll be working with our customers on next phases in terms of prioritization of the features around things like, again, job changes, the alignment to our installation data, the increasing in terms of volume and kind of the key areas that might be geographic footprints around things like APAC or EMEA, to really drill this out. And it's something that we're very excited about because it's been, again, that sort of last motivation that has been missing from the HC offering to date. So
I wanted to quickly show you what we had mentioned before about this manual delivery bringing the Sales Copilot, because maybe it is a case where you're not using our fabric or our data feeds yet. So maybe you're not able to take full advantage of some of the things that we've shown here. But if you are using our Sales Copilot, you can take advantage of this actively expanding contact database that Tracy's shown us here. So what that means is if we jump on over to a site of one of our customers, Elastic, and I appreciate all of our Elastic users being here today. What we can see here is that we have our Sales Copilot, which is a Chrome extension, also available within the platform as well, and also even something you can install into your Salesforce instance. But if you go to any of these sites, such as elastic.co, what you can find is when you pull up your Sales Copilot, it's going to provide lots of great information about the company itself. It's going to be able to create AI account briefs. You're able to see all the activities that users of this company are taking on your own site, maybe when they're doing research or doing analyzation. But also when we're looking at the contacts, this is where this is showing us these are the contacts that exist within your database. And we can easily add them into sequences such as those in the site of outreach, or if they weren't in our Salesforce. But if we can take a look at HG Insights, this is where we can discover new contacts. And these are contacts that do not exist in our Salesforce database. These are not added to outreach sequences, nor are they added to other platforms such as SalesLoft or Gong at this time. And what we can simply do is use our plan to be able to reveal emails and phone numbers, and then also add them sequences, as well as use filters such as our job titles, our seniority levels, and also our locale to be able to find exactly the people we need to use to enrich our data and then be actionable with that data. And this is very similar in many ways to what Tracy was showing with the filters that are cited the platform. But what you can now do is be able to use our Sales Copilot to do this on a one-off basis. And everything else that he highlighted is to be able to do so in bulk and to scale these types of actions. So lots of ways to manipulate and use the available contact database that HG Insights has provided to you today.